as a woman in leadership. In this video, I'm going to share with you 3 concepts that will help you to start standing out as a woman in leadership. Now, many of my clients that I work with are very high achieving individuals, and the fact that you clicked on this video means you are supposed to be here, friend. There are certain aspects of the titles that I make here on YouTube that are catered to a specific type of individual. That person who is an exceptional leader, who's very high achieving, and that individual that truly has a message that they want to share with the rest of the world to impact their communities and etc. So if you clicked on this video, you're supposed to be here, and I hope that you gain a couple of insights here on this very brief video to help you be able to stand out as a leader. Now, in terms of my executive coaching practice, who I work with specifically, I work with women in leadership. However, the information that I will share with you as it relates to how to stand out as a leader will help you even if you're not in my target audience. Maybe you are a woman that is not in a leadership role just yet. Perhaps you're a man in leadership. You're going to learn a lot of great information here in terms of the concepts I want to share with you that will help you to stand out as a leader. Now, if you're watching this portion of the video, you are more than likely watching the replay, friend. So I'm glad that you're here today. Typically on YouTube, there's a point in time where the audience will join the conversation and give me just a few moments to say hello to everyone. And then we're going to dive into why it's so important for you to stand out as a leader and how you can stand out as a leader as well. So before I go into that, I want to say good morning, everyone. I hope y'all are doing fantastically well today. And I am so incredibly excited to be able to help you stand out as a leader today. So let me see what's going on in the chat. I am Joy Yvette. Good morning, Dr. Jacinta. Thank you always for continuing to educate and empower. Hello, Joy. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you stopping by, and good morning to you too. I hope you have an absolutely amazing day and you're doing some amazing things in your role as well. So I appreciate you and thank you so much for stopping by. And I really do want to help as many people as I can. I talk about this on my channel a lot. People become great by how they communicate. And my mission here really is to help unlock the greatness within you. And how do we do this? By helping you to learn those very advanced communication skills that will help you to stand out from everybody else. So let's go into these topics, these 3 concepts I want to share with you today as it relates to how to stand out as a woman in leadership. There's 3, and there's a lot more that go into it, but I wanted to share with you at least from the past 20 years, the past over 3, I would say, that really stand out at the top. But before we go into that, I want to say hello to Richard Lasensny-F7E. I hope I said that right, Richard. If I did not, I'm sorry, friend. Richard says, 14 women Wolfpack, we all say hello. Well, hello, you all. Hope you all are doing fantastically well. Let me know what part of the big, beautiful world you are joining from today. And if you want to stand out as a leader, let me know in the comments below, because this is what people struggle with. And if you're really trying to stand out as a leader in your community, maybe you are in a corporate organization, maybe you have your own business, maybe you're a public official and you're talking to your constituents, you have to stand out as a leader. And so if you have any questions about how to stand out, let me know in the comments below. Let's talk about it for a few minutes. So there's 3 concepts I want to share with you all today as it relates to what you can do to stand out as a leader. Are you ready? Are you ready for them? The first is to become a better public speaker. Many people struggle with public speaking. Why? Because they're afraid to do so. It's critically important that you as a leader learn how to become a better public speaker. If, and I say this a lot on my channel, if majority of the population struggles with public speaking, how much more will you stand out from everybody else if you're a better public speaker? This is one strategy that will absolutely, and I don't say I guarantee much, but I guarantee you, if you become a better public speaker, you will stand out as a leader. Hands down, it will absolutely happen. So enhancing your public speaking skills is a great way for you to stand out as a leader. Remember, most people struggle with this. This is most people in general. Even your leaders that you see now, they tend to struggle with public speaking as well. You'll see people that are maybe shy to speak in public, or you'll see people that speak in public, but they just ramble and you have no idea what they're talking about. You don't want to be that person as a leader. That is not the way that you stand out. And if you have subscribed to this channel and you watch the content here, you are not going to be the person that is the average leader. You're going to be the person that stands out from everybody else. So mastering your public speaking skills or becoming a better public speaker is a fantastic way for you to stand out as a woman in leadership, or if you are a man in leadership as well. Now, I will say specifically for women, because many times we are transitioning into roles, positions, opportunities that have been predominantly occupied by men, it can be a bit of a challenge for us to stand out. So being able to master some of these concepts I'm sharing with you will help you really to stand out as a leader. Now, my second strategy for you, or concept I would say that you want to start developing and learning more about, is executive communication. Now, what is executive communication? This is a bit different than public speaking. Even though it still follows into the realm of communication, it is slightly different. Let me explain to you why. Executive communication is going to focus on how you communicate specifically, not only in the verbal format, but in the written format as well, and your nonverbal communication. All of that comes together to form executive communication. When you can communicate like an executive, it means you communicate in a very concise, confident way. Now, if you're a public speaker and you're enhancing your public speaking skills, you are that person that is learning how to articulate yourself, but there's a certain amount of inspiration and energy that goes into it. When it comes to executive communication, this is how you are able to communicate in a very polished format. How can you start developing your executive communication skills? When you are sending communication, when you're typing, right? When you're typing specifically, make sure you read your communications at least 2 times, maybe 3, depending on what you are doing specifically. Now, I want to know from those of you who are watching right now, what are some traits, what are some characteristics that you see that makes a leader stand out to you? Let me know in the comments below if you're watching live or if you're watching the replay. Let me know what are some strategies, what are some characteristics you have noticed from leaders that make them stand out for you. Let me know in the comments below. Now, I do want to say, we talked about executive communication as it relates to writing. So that's very important as well. Executive communication as it relates to speaking means being very, very concise. When you are speaking in front of a group of people, let's say public speaking, you have to be concise in that communication as well, but your tone of voice really does matter. When you think of an executive, what are some things to mind for you? What do you think about? Do you consider that person to be an individual that can make a decision pretty quickly? Perhaps that person can think on their feet. There's a lot of things that go into that. So we're going to talk a little bit more about the third concept that I want you all to start learning more about. But let me see what's going on in the chat. We have Halo Luette-U7L. Welcome, friend. Hope you're doing well today. Let me know what part of the big, beautiful world you're joining from today. So Halo _Luette-U7L says, speak Russian. I do not speak Russian. I speak English, but there's a lot of great information here if you're trying to accelerate your growth as a leader and trying to communicate at a higher level than your peers that will help you here on this channel specifically. Now, let's go into the third strategy. The third strategy or concept I want you to start developing if you're trying to stand out as a leader. And as I mentioned, these are just my top 3. There's a lot of concepts that can help you stand out as a leader. And if you want me to go into those in more detail, then let me know in the comments below. Leave me a comment, let me know. But my third and final concept for this live is that you want to start developing your executive presence. Now, a lot of people say executive presence is a myth. It's like a mystical unicorn that is wandering around the world that people heard about, they talk about it, but it really doesn't exist. I want to share with you that executive presence really does exist. And there's a lot of conversation about it, not only here on YouTube, but definitely on LinkedIn as well. There are two trains of thought as it relates to it. One, that it actually exists, you need to have it. And then 2, that, you know what, it's a mystical unicorn. You don't really need an executive presence. Well, I want to tell you from over 20 years of working as a C-suite executive, a director and a manager, being a public speaker and interacting with various members of Congress here in the United States on the national level And on the state level here in the Sunshine State of Florida, executive presence is something you're going to need to have. Majority of the time, the people that say executive presence is a myth or doesn't exist or it's nonsense, I I don't want to hurt anyone's feelings, but I want to say that majority of the time, these individuals probably struggle with developing their executive presence to begin with. And it is a strategy that you absolutely want to be able to master and learn how to develop, because this is how your audience perceives you. All of these concepts I've shared with you are different in their own way. Executive communication is different. Executive presence is how people are perceiving you as a leader. Are you the person that is influencing the conversation? Are you persuading people to adapt your specific thought process or the project you're working on? And then public speaking helps you to really engage everybody and be that very charismatic speaker that will make you stand out as a leader. Now, I've shared with you 3 concepts today. 3 concepts. For those of you who are joining or just joined, welcome, welcome. There's 3 concepts. The first concept to help you stand out as a leader and as a woman in leadership is number 1, become a better public speaker. Number 2, start developing your executive communication skills. And number 3, you absolutely want to start developing your executive presence. When you put these 3 together and combine them, you will absolutely stand out as a leader, because most leaders are not working and developing these skills. They sometimes will go into leadership roles and they just continue to learn or work with what they've learned in the past, and they may not be at the point where they really want to go to that next level. And if you're subscribed to the channel, you know this channel is definitely about you going to that next level in terms of how you are communicating, and you will learn how to communicate confidently and concisely under pressure in this particular live stream, and also with the content here I have on my channel. Later this evening, we'll go live again, and I'll go over some additional content for you as well. If you want to learn more about how to stand out as a leader, maybe you're trying to get a promotion and you're struggling to do that, or maybe you're trying to start your business and you're just like, I'm not quite sure how can I really stand out from everybody else, then contact me for a strategy session in the description below. We'll have a brief call and we'll talk about where you are. So I'm looking forward to seeing you live this evening, and I appreciate you all for being here today. Thank you so much for Joy, Yvette, coming back to the live streams. I appreciate that. And I appreciate our new individuals that joined as well. I hope you all have an amazing day, and I'll see you in the video this evening. Bye for now.